that clip don't come up again, man. I mean that okay. The intro, bro. Yo, okay. I think we good now. I think we good now. Back in the building. Punch back in the building. Shout out to everybody when y'all come back in. You know what I mean? You feel me? All right. I think I got it fixed now. You know what I mean? What I was talking about, earlier was with them WC boys, WBC boys out here trying to rob fighters, bro. Like I think my audio is good now. I think we good. You know what I mean? All right. So I'll just wait for the guys to come back in for a minute, but I'm just gonna start talking and shit. I think, can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. I think we good now. Word? All right, we good now. All right. So I'm gonna start over. The WBC, man, still out here up to the same shit, man. I've been calling them out for years, like about the fucking sanctioning bodies always been on some dirty shit, you know what I mean, for years now. And now they're making themselves like they ugly faces rearing his head again. Because here we go again one more time with these type of dirty situations that the WBC is pulling on fighters. Because now Shakur Stevenson, even though he didn't defend their belt, even though they didn't have nothing to do leading up to the fight, they didn't sanction the fight. They didn't have nothing to do with the fight. He still got to pay $100,000 in sanctioning fees. Now, is that a situation where maybe, because I was talking to my homie online earlier, and he threw a good point out. Is there a clause in the contract? Is there a little clause in Shakur's contract to say, even if you don't fight for our belt, you still got to pay us a percentage of the sanctioning fees? Well, how is that percentage $100,000? That's one question, right? And the other question is like, bro, why the fuck should they have to fight when they have to pay you and they didn't defend your title, bro? You know what I mean? I've been saying this for a long time about the WBC. Most of the sanctioning bodies for, but really the WBC. It makes you think, how long they been pulling this shit on fighters, man? I gotta pay you, even though you're not sanctioning the fight. Like this shit is getting beyond unfair, though. And then we can see y'all hatred coming out at Shakur Stevenson because we all know that he's tagged the Bud. You know what I mean? Bud just told y'all fuck yourself, threw y'all belt right back in y'all face. And the first thing you niggas do is punish, you know what I mean, his closest ally. When you think about it, in the boxing game, there ain't really nobody closer than Terrence Crawford than shit. Shakur Stevenson, right? So the first thing y'all do is strip him. They try to charge him sanctioning fees, even though he didn't defend y'all belt. Mauricio Sulaiman in the world boxing corruption, you know what I mean, been doing this dirty shit for a long time. Now, how many fighters just been swallowing this shit and just still paying regardless because they're afraid to lose their belt, man? I salute Shakur Stevenson, man. Shout out to you, man. More fighters need to speak up on this, man. More fighters need to really need to expose these sanctioning bodies for what they do. Now, I don't know if the IBF, WBO, or WBA be pulling this shit, man, but the WBC constantly pulls this shit. You know what I mean? Just like, for example, Matias. We don't condone drug cheats, but the Matias get caught on steroids and they don't strip the nigga. They give him an interim title fight. So hold up, bro. So you don't strip a nigga who tests positive like a week before his fight, but you strip Shakur Stevenson, who just paid y'all 7 months ago when he actually defended your title, just because he won't pay y'all again when he didn't defend y'all better, when he moved up to another weight class and didn't even fight for the WBC title, man. Tell me how this is fair. Like, this is the bullshit these sanctioning bodies been pulling for a long ass time, bro. And you know what, bro? The IBF, like, you're right, DJ. The IBF be stripping dudes all the time because the IBF, like, they at least they stand on their business. They don't create new belts and new laws and shit to protect fighters the way the WBC do. Like, come on, do I gotta use Canelo Alvarez and Lomachenko as excuses? Like, these motherfuckers got belts so they didn't have to defend the belt. Like, oh, but you're the franchise champion now, so you can just let the other fighter get a WBC. Like, bro, they did that to protect Lomachenko from Devin Haney. They did it to protect Canelo Alvarez from Jamal Charlo, bro. They've been pulling these bullshit games for a long ass time. You know what I mean? And now I'm finally. It took for Bud to stand on business because all these fighters wasn't saying talking no shit before Bud stood on business. Once Bud stand on business and say fuck you, I don't need these belts. Retire. You know what I mean? Now here comes and they try to pull the same shit on Shakur Stevenson. Who they gonna do it to Keyshawn next when he get a title shot? Huh? They gonna try to pull some shit on him? I think fighters should fucking stop fucking with the WBC. They've been robbing niggas for years, bro. Mauricio Sulaiman is a fucking bigot. You know what I mean? Who only bigs up the Mexican fighters. Don't give a damn about the black fighters. Just try to extort them for as much money as he can and try to act like he's putting money into a fund for retired fighters. Nigga, well, how come all retired fighters always still look broke as fuck when the ones that don't make no real money? Like, you know what I mean? I don't see no fighters getting help in this situation. I don't understand why people even deal with the WBC as long as they've been screwing people over, man. As long as they've been, you know what I mean, robbing all these fighters out of their money and acting pretending like they're helping them, bro. Yeah, y'all pretend y'all help the ones y'all like, Canelo Alvarez. You see how he's mysteriously number one contender for the WBC title and then y'all uplift bum ass and Billy. You know what I mean? Slot Canelo perfectly next to him to get the guaranteed title shot. As soon as y'all move on Billy up to WBC at 168, he immediately starts calling out Canelo Alvarez like nobody couldn't fucking predict that. Like, you know what I mean? Then the first time in the history of fighting, I've never seen this before. I mean, again, correct me if somebody in the chat has seen this before. Tell me a time when you've seen two fighters get announced before they even rank them. Like they're not even high up in the ranking. We're gonna have Perez and then Billy fight for Bud's belt, huh? How y'all just automatically got opponents set up? You know what I mean? Before the niggas even stripped. All right, so y'all stripped the nigga and announced the opponents on the same day. When have we ever seen this before? They've been pulling this bullshit forever, bro. And I'm happy, like, more fighters are starting to get hep to this too, man. Like, cause I told you, a lot of fighters probably just been taking this shit on the chin, man. Like, hold up, man. So I still got to pay y'all just because I'm the WBC champion at 35, even though I didn't fight at 35 or defend y'all belt, I still got to pay y'all. Boxing is a weird ass sport, man. I'm telling you, it's the only sport where fighters got to pay for their prize, bro. I never understood that. You could say, oh, that's business. That's just how things been in the game. Well, it's a fucked up business, man. It's something need to change, bro. Like, these fighters shouldn't have to pay for their belts, man. Like, it's bad enough they sacrificing all. Like, bro, when a fighter sign a deal, right? Say he signed a fighter dude for like $5 million, bro. After taxes and what the promoter take and what the trainer take and the manager, bro, he leaves with like 1.5. He leaves with like 1.5 out of a $5 million card. And on top of that, say he fights for undisputed, right? Now he got to pay $100,000 for each belt, or a minimum of 40. A minimum of 40,000. I'm just throwing numbers out there, but we all know that the champions pay between $100,000 and $40,000 to $100,000 for these goddamn belts. So all right, so I got one belt that I got to pay $100,000 for every time I defend it. All right, so now I'm about to fight a nigga for 3 more belts, and for each belt I got to pay $100,000 to get these fucking belts. Remember what they did to Devin Haney down there at 35 when he became undisputed? Nigga paid something like $300,000 for them belts, bro. Why these fighters got to pay so much money for their prize? The shit's kind of fucked up. And then I got to pay you every single time I defend it? What are you sanctioning? What are you protecting me from? What are the point of the sanctioning bodies? And this is what I say when I hear, nigga, the only company who don't charge us for the belt is the Ring magazine, bro. Why? Why is that? Why is the most valuable belt, the most important belt, free? Huh? It's because the Ring magazine cares about lineage and prestige, man. They don't want to rob these fighters, man. They just want to represent the best. That's what it used to be about when you had a title, man. When you had a title, it was like, all right, I'm the best. These sanctioning bodies wanted to be represented by the fighter. Now it seems like the fighters got to represent these sanctioning bodies, and they got to pay them to do it, man. And the shit is backwards, bro. Like, yeah, man. It's okay. The 100K is still a lot of money, Shadow Band, no matter how you look at it. Even if you just made $10 million, if you just fought for $10 million, bro, best believe after taxes, your promoter, your manager, your corner, your personal chef, everything you did, your training camp, everything you did leading up to that fight, bro, you're gonna leave with like maybe $5 million, maybe $6 million if they ain't robbing you crazily, like, bro. But I'm gonna throw a little quick point out to you. Gervonta Davis, one of the most popular fighters in the world. The nigga got a net worth of $10 million. Is that a travesty? Huh? It's popular, and as many motherfuckers as you see at his fights, as much money you think he make, the nigga got a total net worth of $10 million. Tell me how that makes sense. Huh? That's because Al Heyman is robbing the fuck out of him, bro. And judging by what Floyd Mayweather is suing his ass right now, nigga, for $560 million that he say he stole from him. This is what happens. You know what I mean? Why? The sanctioning bodies are in the pocket of these promoters, bro. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? They taking money from the promoters and they taking money from the fighters, bro. But the fighters supposed to sit there and just keep taking it on the chin. Hell no. More of them need to stand up. More of them need to speak out against this fucking corruption that's going on in this sport, bro. There's a lot of corruption going on in boxing, bro. And they starting to address the little things, but they ain't addressing the biggest things, which is the crooked ass promoters and the dirty ass sanctioning bodies, bro. Because all they doing is robbing from the fighters. But who's making them all the money? The fighters. How come the nigga that's making all the money is getting robbed the most? Tell me how that's fair, bro. You niggas shouldn't be making the fighters should be well paid. Like if you're a nigga like Devontae Davis, no way in fucking hell your network should be $10 million. That mean they pay a nigga like $5 million. If that a fight, $2 million for Devontae Davis. Again, $2 million. Devontae Davis is worth $10 million. When we watch Jamel Charlo's last 3 fights, nigga be $10 million. Tell me how that's fair. Unless they're robbing the fuck out of these fighters. So we're on paper, we're paying you $10 million. But after everything's said and done, nigga, you leaving with $2 million, $3 million? That ain't fair. It's kind of shady for real if you really think about it, man, the way these promoters and these sanctioning bodies play. And we keep getting more and more and more proof, and niggas are turning a blind eye to it. But you got niggas like me who's like, bro, this shit's crazy. It's not fair. And somebody to call this shit out, man. Me just being a fan on the outside looking, I'm gonna go fuck what I say. I take the motherfuckers on the inside who's tired of it, but why won't they say nothing about it? Because the people who can stop this shit, they're benefiting the most. So they're not going to stop it, bro. So until more fighters stop fighting for that belt, claiming that belt, using that belt, man, it's going to keep going on, man. That's why I shout out fight people like Shakur Stevenson and Terrence Crawford who ain't scared to call these motherfuckers out, bro. Like, for real, because that was kind of shady what they just did to Shakur. Shady. Put on one of the best fights we've seen so far. Like, we got the year is still just beginning, and there's probably a lot more great cards going on. But it was still fabulous watching Teofimo get exposed for the bum he is. So after he put on a great fight like that, all right, becomes a 2-time Ring Magazine champion, 4-division champion. Nigga, WBC still got to find some way to get in the niggas' pockets, bro. How many times they been pulling this on people? That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is how many times I've been pulling it, man. Like, you know what I mean? When you say heavy, how does boxing look without the belts? Will take some getting used to. It will take some getting used to, but I'm not saying, bro, I ain't saying take away the belts. I'm trying to take away, there's too many of them. I'm trying to take away the WBC. Get rid of the IBF, nigga. You know what I mean? Maybe whittle that shit down to 2 belts. We'll get to see way more fighters fight real competition. Won't be no more trumped up 30-win records like niggas like Boots, man. You know what I mean? They'll have to fight competition to get recognized, man. As long as there's 4 belts, you can keep beating up bums from each division. You know what I mean? Each sanctioning body, you can keep beating up. I'm going to beat the bum up from WBO this time. I'm going to beat the bum up from WBC. I'm going to beat the bum up of IBF. I'm going to beat the bum up of WBA. And then finally, when you get the ranking system, you got a 30-win record. Niggas thinking like, oh, this nigga's tight for real. Hold up, man. I can't name none of these dudes. Now you put them in the ring with real competition, they get cooked in 5 minutes. It's been happening a lot these last 2 years. Shout out to Turkey Out of Sheep. The one thing he has been doing is exposing the bums. Exposing the hyped up niggas and niggas with trumped up records, bro. I'm telling you, man. Boots is next, man. All these niggas calling him out. See, that's why I think that's another bad thing that the sanctioning bodies is doing to boxing, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's giving B-level fighters, making them look like A-level fighters because they beat up all the bums in every fucking sanctioning body. You know what I mean? It's giving they're making champions in recess. There's a interim belt for this, an interim belt for that, an interim belt for this. So now, nigga, all these niggas, so I think, okay, I got the interim title, right? That means I get a guaranteed shot at the champion. Nigga, no, the champion choose who the fuck he want to fight, even though there is an interim, nigga. So this motherfucker can still stall you out for 4 years. What's the point? What's the point, right? There's no point of none of this shit, right? All right, so shout out to Jab Queen, man. Mark went in the building. Like, so if the sanctioning bodies and the promoters is robbing everybody, wouldn't the best thing to do is to get rid of all this shit? Just do away with it all. Like, because it's all pointless, you know what I mean, if it don't benefit the fighters, right? I thought prestige meant, like, you know what I mean, the champion is the fighter is the one who brings in the ass. The fighter is the one who bring in the money. You know what I mean? The promoter is the one who picked the fights, but at the same time, they stole a lot of fighters' careers too. The sanctioning bodies, they're supposed to protect the fighters, but all they doing is robbing them. If I'm paying you motherfuckers more for services that I don't need, the fuck am I paying y'all for? Like, you understand what I'm saying, man? And now a lot of these fighters is like, fuck you too. But see, the other sanctioning bodies, they starting to get wise with it. Like, you know what I mean? I can honestly say that about IBF, WBA, WBO. Some fighters like Bud Crawford said, nigga, y'all, I'm gonna give y'all this. Nigga, I don't need y'all. Y'all need me. I'm the face of this brand. Like, but for some reason, people act like the sanctioning bodies are the face of the brand, or the promoters are the face of the brand. This shit's stupid. Like, you understand? So I think they should get rid of at least 2-3 of these belts. I don't mind there being 1-2 championships every division, bro. We will get so many more action-packed fights if they get rid of some of this bullshit, bro. Like, you know what I mean? For real. Like, so look at it like this. Look at it like this, man. For this shit to stop, more fighters are gonna have to call it out, and on top of that, they're gonna have to stop defending these belts or paying for these belts or even giving these belts the prestige that they do not deserve. Because in the end, nigga, what are you good for? Basically that's a glorified placeholder, right? It don't mean shit. The only belt that really means something is the Ring Magazine. That's what said that the lineal champion. That's the best fighter in the division. What are the point of the other belts? I understand the WBA. That's the oldest one. All right, I understand the WBO. I understand the IBF. But the WBC, the World Boxing Corruption, them niggas been robbing fighters for years. Mauricio Suleiman been on some snake shit for years, bro. He been, nigga, listen, World Boxing Clenbuterol, who protect Canelo Alvarez with everything they have, man. The nigga get caught cheating. All the Mexicans who get caught cheating, they swept it under the rug. All the Spanish-born motherfuckers who get caught cheating. Nigga, if you're in WBC, oh, you ain't gonna lose your title. You know what I mean? Like, it's funny, but as soon as Ryan Garcia go on that racist ass tirade, they cut ties with him for a year. Now he right back in their good graces again, fighting for the WBC title. So clearly they wasn't that pissed off. We are suspending Ryan Garcia indefinitely. That lasted 1 year. You know what I mean? Now he's back fighting for a WBC title as we speak. Exactly. What's the point? Like, I was going to save face because y'all racist too. Like, I'm seriously, man. Like, for real, Mauricio Suleiman didn't show this. Right? Terrence Crawford had to be thankful. I owe y'all an apology, nigga, for not paying us. What? Who the fuck y'all think y'all are? See, this is the problem with them boxing, them sanctioning bodies, man. They're all dirty. They're corrupt. But the worst one is WBC. All of them dirty. All of them do weird shit. All of them. But nobody is blatantly in your face as WBC do, bro. Like, for real, please explain to me why a nigga who didn't defend y'all title and y'all ain't have nothing to do with sanctioning the fight got to pay y'all. Like, you know what I mean? And shout out to my man DJ, man. He makes great, valid points, man. Maybe there is a clause in the contract that say we get a percentage of every time you fight, but why would they do that? Why is there a clause in the contract where the sanctioning body gets a percentage every time the fighter fights? How the fuck is that fair? Why are they that greedy? Why are they digging in these fighters' pockets like that? Because we all know, shit. Other than maybe I would say top 20 fighters. They're the only ones who make real money. So that mean they doing this shit to niggas who ain't making no money. The niggas fighting over there on Zuffa for $25,000 bonuses. You see that way they're talking about, oh, they get tweaked, oh, they all got $50,000 bonus. Like, that was real money to nigga. That tell you how broke fighters are. Nigga, they killing themselves for tough man money. You know what I mean? Like, that tell you that the top, like remember, El Rayo was at the top of the world 2 years ago. Whoop Pitbull's ass champion, lost first defense. Not a nigga fighting on Zuffa for $50,000 bonuses, bro. Like, this is how desperate they getting. They rather go over there nigga, and get robbed UFC style than to deal with these fucking sanctioning bodies. That should tell you something, bro. And more top fighters are signing with Zuffa, man, which is more surprising than anything to me, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, they got Jay Opatad, but what if they gonna make the sanctioning bodies pay them for Jay Opatad to wear their belt? That's how it should be. They really should be paying the fighters to wear their belts. The fighters shouldn't be paying these niggas, man. I'm giving your belt prestige. What are you doing? Just because you're a WBC, I gotta pay you. Why the fuck should you pay me when I'm giving your belt clout, nigga? Me being a great champion that I am. I ain't putting your belt on the map. Why the fuck do I have to pay y'all? I never understood it. You can say it's business. You can say that. But it don't make sense, bro. Know what I mean? It makes no sense. Like, but again, why can't fighters set up the fights? Why can't they set up their own fights? We just seen Crawford and Spence do it, but not really because PBC made them sign a contract with them so they could promote the fight. So that mean he ain't picked the fighter? No, nigga, Spence and Crawford got together and they made that shit happen. Even when the promoters from Top Rank was like hell no, before Bud was still there. Al Heyman he knew what was gonna happen to Spence. He was like, bro, you don't want to get in there with Terrence Crawford, man. It's gonna whoop your ass. Nah, nigga, I want Bud. Bam, $25 million a piece. Fight happened. Had to be PBC court, but it happened, bro. Fighters can make fights happen. Like, you can't convince me that it was the promoters that made Norman Jr. and Haney happen. No, they made it happen, bro. Like, let fighters do what fighters do. And y'all should have like lawyers and managers, nigga, go back, you know what I mean, to discuss how much money gonna get made. Like, I don't understand why we got it. What is the point of the sanctioning bodies? What's the point of y'all? I get the promoter. He promotes you. I get the manager. I get the fucking lawyer. I get the trainers. I get the cooks. I get everybody else. I get the sparring partners. I get all that. Why are we paying these sanctioning bodies to wear their belts when we're giving the belt prestige? Fuck the machine. Why am I paying y'all when y'all belts only popular because of me, nigga? If Muhammad Ali didn't wear WBA, Rocky Marciano, all the champions, the greats of the world have wore these belts, Roy Jones Jr., Floyd Mayweather, none of them, nobody would give a fuck about none of these belts if these great fighters didn't wear them around their waist. So why the fuck do the fighters got to pay them? This is my question. And I'm about to put the link up because I want to answer. I know somebody got a good answer to this question, man. This is my question. Why do the fighters got to pay for a belt they give prestige to? Shouldn't the sanctioning bodies have to pay them? Because I'm telling you this right now, man. In the 70s and the 80s, like if this shit started in like the late 80s, they didn't have to pay the sanctioning bodies. This shit started, nigga, like 20 years ago when them sanctioning bodies are saying how much these fighters was making. You know what I mean? And now it's to the point where nigga the fighters are like, man, fuck this rigged ass system. Facts heavy, rigged, my guy. You know what I mean? And now we're to the point where it's like, bro, the fighters are like, fuck that, nigga. I give the belt prestige, nigga. Y'all should pay us. And that's true, man. And they all should stand on that shit too, bro. They should really stand on that because the shit is not fair, bro. It's really not, man. And I've been saying that for a while, like, man. Bro, you think Super Bowl teams got to pay for their rings? NBA championship teams got to pay for their rings? They don't. That's a prize you win, nigga, for being the best in your sport. You don't pay for your prize. You know what I mean? You earn it. But in boxing, you got to earn the prize, get beat half to death, nigga. Some of these niggas be in wars and still got to pay these niggas. You know what I mean? We all know that a lot of fighters don't get paid a lot of money, so they looking for that big payday. Everybody was trying to fight Canelo all of them years, nigga. You just want payday. You damn right I want a payday, nigga, because everybody's going to pay you $30 million, so I'm guaranteed $15 million to fight you. But now when I get this big payday fight, it's one of the hardest fights I've ever been in my life. And nigga, I'm in a war. Both my eyes is black, nigga. I got a concussion. And now I got to pay y'all? But that shit been rigged, bro. That shit have not been fair for a long time, man. My nigga DJ in the building. Shout out my guy. What's up?
Punch, I'm going to need you to take a breath. You're going to give yourself a hernia, right?
No, I just talk fast, bro. It's one of my superpowers.
Yeah, I know. Look, if she's got time to come on up, I'd invite her because Jabkeen and some of her audience were talking about this earlier, which made me sort of, after I sort of went away, I was asking myself some questions. So somewhere, to the best of my understanding, and I'm not really, g'day Jabkeen, I'm not really an expert on some of these areas, but vaguely I believe that the sanctioning bodies have an umbrella ruling or approval through the boxing commissions throughout the United States, right? So there's some sort of hierarchy there that says that for the commissions to do such and such in their states, the sanctioning bodies need give this approval and that approval and however that unfolds. Now, the issue becomes for me, and I think that Jabcoin might be able to correct me or enlighten just a little bit here. The fundamental issue that I have is that you need competitors in the sport of boxing, right? The WBC, WBA, WBO, IBF, anyone else actually don't go out and recruit boxers from primary school or college or any of those sorts of things. So for your sport to be healthy, you need essentially volunteers. You need people that volunteer to come into the sport to try and earn a living, earn a life savings, all those sorts of things. So then you've actually got sanctioning bodies that pretend like they own a champion. That's the piece I've got a real problem with. We can argue about the 3% later, but if somebody has dedicated their life to be the best in their weight class in that division or that sanctioning body, right, off their own back, off their own toil, off their own dollar, how then, when they pay you to wear their belt, do you reserve the right to act like you own that champion from that, like for Shakur, for example?
And that's where my problem is. Yeah, that's where I have a problem with this shit. Like when you want a fighter like Shakur Stevenson representing your sanctioning body is your champion, and then y'all try to extort the man. Where's the fairness in this?
Jab Coin, do you want to throw some light on the topic?
I was gonna let you finish talking. I don't like to interrupt you.
How you doing,
No,
Jeb Quinn? Welcome to the show.
we'll go
Thank
back
you
and
so much.
forward.
I
So
appreciate it.
you have your go, because I'm happy to learn something here.
So I'm a little conflicted, right? And I don't completely understand that whole situation. I discussed a little bit on my show earlier. Um, I the sanctioned body fees, I think I understand them, but I'm not 100% sure. But what I will say is this, right? I am 100% sure that before you went out there and you performed, beautiful performance, 12 zip, absolutely. But before you went out there, I'm pretty sure that they told you what you would have to pay. So I'm not understanding how it is that after the fight, you're acting like this is a surprise, and the same issue arose with Crawford, where, I'm sure they told him before he fought Canelo what the price would be. And they even finagled on the price and they even reduced it. So for me, I'm just like, I guess I'm just on a different side of certain things, right? Like there's a prestige, and when you hit a certain level when it comes to income, there's a prestige that you have to pay for to not be around, and excuse my French, nigga nonsense or just some other bullshit when you go certain places. You pay for the comfort. You pay for the prestige. And I hear a lot of people now, and this is somewhat of a trend that we're going through with some of these fighters, where they'll fight for the belts and then say F the belts. It don't work that way. You can't aspire to a certain level, then when you reach that certain level, say F your level, even though that's what you aspire to the whole time. Because before we heard about all this money and I get money and I'm selling this and I'm doing that, he was a belt man, was he not? So we can't sit up here and say you eat at a restaurant, the food is nasty, so I'm not gonna pay when you finish every bite of food on your plate. We just can't do that. That's tacky behavior to me. That's broke nigga energy to me.
So I'll agree with you on a couple of points there. Is that, let's talk about it just in contractual terms, right? If the sanctioning body or the promoters, whoever, puts paperwork in front of you to make the deal before the fight even happens, before you even go into camp, you know what your financial obligations are, right? You've got to pay your promoter X, you've got to pay your manager X, you've got to pay the sanctioning bodies X, you got to pay your coach, you got to pay your team, blah blah blah. That's known as soon as the contract is signed for the fight to go ahead. So I agree with that. You can't pretend like you didn't know after the fact. So the issue that I have, Jab Queen, is that I think that the money's a little bit of a smoke and mirror for the WBC in this particular case. I find it very hard to believe that in Bud's circumstance, like he's been professional boxer for what, 20 odd years. I've lost count of how many WBC titles he's probably won in that time. That it's at the very last Canelo fight that Bud and the WBC have somehow decided they don't get along and they've forgotten the rules. Right? That just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah,
That,
there got to be a silver lining somewhere.
well, it's easy for I mean, some snippets of whatever excuse the WBC gave about Shakur not honouring whatever it was at 35. Well, that's some bullshit. You should have dealt with that last year, not 48 hours after Shakur just beats Teofimo. So
Exactly.
I've got a problem with the timing. It looks very suspicious to me. They could have been in discussions with Shakur every day, every week, every hour after he beats a Peter to get their money or to come to an arrangement or whatever that was.
He paid him
But
for that fight.
yeah, but all of a sudden, straight after a fight that wasn't for a WBC belt, all of a sudden, no, we're going to strip you under some subclause of a subclause of a subclause. And I'm just thinking, man, there's some bullshit in there somewhere, right? Because I don't think Shakur would really care about $100,000 if that
Yeah,
was the
they
price.
mad. Bud told them go fuck themselves, so they took it out on Shakur. We all see that shit plain as day, man. Now I
Because
agree with you saying, Jab Queen, about if you signed a contract, you gotta pay the price. But I just never agreed or understood as to why the fighters got to pay the sanctioning bodies to wear their belt when they're giving the belt all the prestige. Like, what is the
And and
sanctioning body
and
doing?
and and on that we semi agree because I'm still like reading the rule and I've read them like 3 times before I even went live because I was like, if I'm going to discuss this topic, I want to at least be a little bit knowledgeable. But things get mumbo jumbo to me as well. So I'm with you 100% on that because in the article that I read, Shakur stated that he paid money for the Zepeda fight, which obviously was a title defense, but he's claiming that this fight had absolutely nothing to do with the WBC, you know. But then I had people telling me, you know, doing further research and, you know, just calling people that have obviously been following it longer than me, older than me,
Yeah,
that, you know, no, every fight, you know, you pretty much have to pay, which is a little odd to me. And I will
oh
be
weird.
honest, yeah, that's extremely weird to me. I watched Mauricio Suleiman when he was on the Ariel Hawani show, and it just was like, I still don't understand, and I'm a smart girl, but I still don't understand how it is that if this belt had absolutely nothing to do with the Teofimo Lopez fight, that he still had to pay. So I'm a little, I still have to like, you know, untangle some things, and I'm pretty sure I will, and I'll make a video about it, but I'm still a little confused on why it is that you're requesting another 100,000 from him if
Exactly.
in fact this belt had nothing to do with that particular fight.
It just
But
looked like them
again,
trying to punish him for Crawford telling him to go fuck themselves. It just looks like that. As hard as they
I'm
saying
not
it, might not
gonna
look like
I'm
that.
not gonna jump out that window just yet. Because they're a business and they want to make money. So I'm sure any type of way they can to justify their claim, they would make sure though that those T's were crossed and those I's were dotted in case it goes further. So I don't want to jump out that window just yet. But I will say this. It does seem to be a trend now where these young men are fighting for these belts and then saying F your belt, which I am 100% not a fan of because you cannot look and get my prestige, and then when you get my prestige, shine a light on only yourself. That to me just seems a little tacky,
See,
but it is what it is.
my question to that is, if they're starting this trend, what is these sanctioning bodies doing to make these fighters start to crash out on them like this? Something got to be going
Well,
on behind the scenes.
that and you may not be wrong about that, but I will say this, right? Sometimes a lot of people, and I don't want to disrespect anybody, but a lot of people are sheep. They don't do their own research. They don't follow up with certain things. They just say, that sounds good, or that sounds like that might be true, and they just carry that carrot on a stick to wherever they go. But for someone who has seen different levels of financials, you know, I know certain things when you get to a certain level do appear. Like when you are on a higher tier of finances, a lot of people don't speak money, they write it down and they'll
True.
pass an envelope back and forth, or they'll pass a napkin back and forth, and have the quietest, loudest argument. If
Yeah,
you read
I've
that
seen that
envelope,
before. Yeah, that's
you know
true.
what I'm
That's
saying?
true. Yeah.
Or they will, you know, talk in language that we can't understand. You understand? So it depends on what level of finances that you are. But some of these boxes, when they reach a certain financial level, they are still taking the mindset of a lower level into those conversations in which they get screwed, i.e., and I don't know if you're going to get to this, but the Mayweather suing, you know, Showtime and all of that whatever. But certain things start to show themselves, right? And trust and believe me, these section bodies are 100% greedy. So I agree with you 1000% on that. But what I will say is this: when you reach a certain level, you are playing now with prestige, with
well,
interpretation, with perception. And sometimes that speaks louder than reality.
so I'm
I
not
agree
going to
with that.
disagree. I'm not going to disagree with anything you just said, but I sort of, I'll give you food for thought, Jabcoin. If the three of us, and I'm not saying that we're all equally knowledgeable, better, but if we're seeing behaviors in boxing just from fans, whatever level of fan you want to call yourself, from a casual to a hardcore, it doesn't matter. If the three of us in the chat are sitting here and we're going, well, we're seeing some bullshit behavior, right? Then you've got to believe that the boxers are seeing that as well because it's their industry. We're just fans of their industry, right? So, where I would agree that the belts used to have prestige, I struggle to actually equate that prestige to the common day. And the reason I say that is because the way that the sanctioning bodies often act, in my opinion, is it devalues the belt. So when you look at the rankings, I don't even believe they should even have rankings anymore because they don't count for shit, to be honest. You, if you're brand new to boxing and you go on Boxing Scene or Box Rec, wherever you like to go, and you have a look at the rankings and you expect the number one or the interim title holder to get next shot at the title, well, you're kidding yourself because there's no guarantee. So when you see, and I'm going to use an example, and this is nothing against Errol, but if you see Errol get his ass whooped by Terrence at 47, how the hell does he accidentally on purpose end up at number one on the WBC sanctioning bodies at 54 under Fondora?
That's
Please
easy.
make that
They're in the
like
promoter's pocket, bro.
now we're starting to get to why the sanctioning bodies accidentally or on purpose have devalued the worth of their own belts.
That's why
If
we
you're
just watched Andy Cruz fight for a title with 6 fights, bro.
yeah, so
How is he number one in four of the sanctioning bodies with six
yeah,
fights?
so once upon a time, the big paydays used to come with the title fights, right? The 90s, like late 80s, 90s, early 2000s, when Mayweather was still around, your biggest bag was for a title shot. This day and age, there's no guarantee that that's your biggest bag. So when you
No.
look at things like Ryan Garcia and Tank, right, wasn't really for a title shot. It was just the biggest popularity fight at the time. Did massive numbers, and the sanctioning bodies can't control that. They just want a piece of it, right? Oh, how dare you sort of miss us out. Now, Mauricio complaining like he's a victim about how he was treated at the Bud and Canelo fight.
Which he
Well,
always do.
that's just sour grapes. Like, just miss me with that bullshit. Like, you're not really kidding anyone that you feel like that you're being ripped off because you didn't get a suite. Oh my God, you didn't give me a suite at the hotel. Man, put your hand in your own fucking pocket. You're a billionaire. Pay for your own goddamn suite. Don't be so
Heavy
fickle.
put in the chat. She said Shakur had 120 days to make a fight at 135. He didn't. He fought at 140 instead, and they charged him for it.
Okay. Well, that might be that. So, look, all I'm saying is that it's very easy to take yesteryear's prestige around some of these titles and belts that I think has dissolved over the last, say, 20 years. Because I would say that the sanctioning bodies don't necessarily want the best fighter in the division to represent their belt. They want their favourite to represent their belt.
That's how they always
Ah,
been acting like that. That ain't nothing new, Deej. That's how they play, bro. Now
um,
you starting to understand the politics of boxing.
mm,
No, no, that's okay. I'm just saying, like, to Jeb Queen's right. I think 20 years ago, she's right on the money. The boxers can't take the belt, can't take the prestige and say, well, bugger you, I'm done with you. You gave me an opportunity, now I'm going to throw it back in your face. That's the wrong sort of energy to be on. But the reality is fighters these days actually don't need the sanctioning bodies to make the
To make a
profit
big bag.
or the biggest fight possible. They just don't need them. It's like the sanctioning bodies are a bit of a leech, just stuck to
well,
your leg.
mm,
Go ahead, Jab Queen.
no, I was just gonna give a little pushback, right? Because the moniker of this fight, or at least the illusion of this fight, was that all of Tio's belts were on the line, right? So we can't sit up here and say that, F your belts, because that was the sole reason that Shakur Stevenson acted like he selected him because he had all of these belts. He's collected all of these belts, right? And to some people, belts really do matter. There's not a lot of people that are opponents, guy. Like me, I'm an opponent woman. I don't give a damn what belt is on the line. Like the Boots and Virgil fight, I want to see that bad as hell. It ain't a single belt in life on that line.
Facts.
But
Facts.
I want to see that fight so bad. But
Yeah,
so there are certain people who are belt people, and there's certain people like myself who are just opponent people. And that's just what it is, right? But you cannot paint a picture like, I'm about to go up here and challenge the best fighter in the division because he has all these belts. But people with eyes can see, and they will know that Teofimo Lopez hasn't been Teofimo the Takeover Lopez since Loma, but he is decorated. So that's a thing, right? So some of these people, some of these guys, they go after certain people with belts because they want what? The prestige. But you can't ask for the prestige and then not pay for it. That's my only issue. I am so conflicted with this because I do agree that sometimes it's on some get your hand out my pocket nigga shit. And then sometimes it's like, well, listen, you want to run around here talking about you a four division this, you a four division that. Well, you wouldn't have got there without my belt
yeah. Look,
I agree with that too, but it's still like, why I gotta pay you for it?
because it's
well,
my belt. I'm the reason you have the clout. I'm the
But I'm
reason you
giving
run
it.
around here
I'm
talking about
I'm
you
giving it
for this.
clout too, though. I can push back, say I'm giving it clout too, though, because I'm Shakur Stevenson.
But you only giving it clout because I gave it clout. You understand what I'm saying? That's like, okay, let me give you an example, right? I'm your girlfriend or I'm your baby mother, I'm whatever to you, right? But I'm the baddest bitch on the block. You pull me, yeah, you pulled me, but I'm still the baddest bitch on the block. That's the only reason you got clout now, right? And yes, you have clout now, but you wouldn't have it without me.
I agree, and I disagree a little bit though, because I think the
Okay,
legendary fighters
okay.
that came before Shakur gave that belt clout. There were some legendary fighters that had that belt.
But the point
Or
is, it's the
Masolio Suleiman and
belt.
all that.
But that's
So,
listen, if Masulaba, and listen, Masulaba, don't get me wrong, that nigga got his hand in your pocket and he want to tingle the dimes and the pennies. But guess what? You also want to show tout that belt, proving you the baddest man in the land because you have that belt. Right?
so
How many fighters some of y'all look at like, man, what he doing? What's his name? What belt he got? What he fighting at? Who he fought? That's how y'all look at certain shit. And
that's
y'all be
true.
like, well, what he got? What belt he got? Oh, he ain't got a belt? Get that bum out my face. Because he don't have a what? A belt.
co- commonly called tomato cans, right?
Yeah. But
Yeah,
if
that's
you
Um,
fact.
give him a belt, you give him the
look,
WBC specifically. Now he about some. Now he's something you're aiming for. Whether you whoop him to the fences or not, that's something that you aiming at because he has what? A belt.
yeah. So all of that's true. All
Yeah.
I'll say is that for me personally, I think that there's genuine occasions where the belt does matter between certain
Yeah,
matchups,
for
but
sure.
there's other occasions where they use belts as a promotion to try and make the
Mm-hmm.
fight
Mm-hmm.
bigger and more
Mm-hmm.
important than it
Mm-hmm.
actually is. Like how many
Agree a
times do you
hundred
see
percent.
a
A
fight get
hundred
thrown
percent.
together and they go, oh, we'll be fighting for an elimination or an interim belt? Man,
Heavy bag in the building.
miss me with that bullshit. Hey, Heavy, you've just lost your job. You
Yeah.
you can't you can't carry conversations like this when you're leading the charge.
Peace,
Mm-hmm.
peace, peace. My bad. I should have changed my avatar, man. Jab, DJ Punch,
Mm-hmm.
man. Dope panel, man. I'm enjoying the show. I just wanted to jump in
Salute.
and give my little 2 cent real quick. And I was putting it in the chat. And and Punch just touched on it. It's the legendary fighters, man, that gave these belts so much prestige. It was the perfect storm for these sanctioning bodies back in the day. They got lucky. They thought of a way to implement themselves in the sport of boxing with these championships. And it's almost like your grandfather then. Because of these legendary fighters who now still inspire kids generations and generations later, right? it gives them something to aspire to and want to be a part of. And listen, at the end of the day, once you achieve one of these belts, right? Once you become a world champion, it raises your value. It does. Once you get that title, you can command different types of paydays. It just comes with the territory. And what the sanctioning bodies are saying is, hey, because you're getting these paydays, we just want a piece. It's because of the prestige bestowed upon you through our sanctioning body that you're even making these paydays. So we look, you guys got fat while we starved in the street. You know what I'm saying?
It's
A
our
nickel
turn.
bag gets sold in the park. I want in. So that's basically, and that's what I see. And it's hard because even though, trust me, when I tell you, I hate the fact that they have to pay these motherfuckers because it's not them climbing inside of that ring. It's not them going to war. It's not them breaking hands and bones and orbital bones and all of that shit. It's not, right? And it is these new fighters keeping that tradition alive. It is. But man, at the end of the day, if I'm a part of the reason why you're making these huge paydays,
Mm-hmm.
I can't be mad. You can't be mad at them for asking for a few dollars. And that's the best way I can put it. I hate it, but I understand it. Trust me when I tell you, I hate that shit, but I understand it. And as far as the ring go, I don't even know how they making money. You know what I'm saying? Because without charging the fighters, how does the sanctioning bodies even make money?
Because and I'm sorry, I don't know if you were finished.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Zuf, that's why they transitioned into the Zuffa boxing because and I don't know how many of y'all follow my channel, but as I broke down, Zuffa boxing, they are the promoter, the sanctioning body, they are the manager, they are all of that. So they don't have
Right.
to charge you for the belt because guess what? All of their fees are built in. And Heavy, I heard you and I understand you because I said this shit is conflicting as hell to me. But at the end of the day, like you kept saying, once they do this, once they do that, but they have to get to that to do it
Yes.
once. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's almost like, oh, fuck your little funky ass bell. Once I get it then it's F your belt. But you were striving for that because how else will you prove you are the best? You fight for what? A belt. And then you be
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't need your belt. I'm so and so. I'm this nigga. I'm that nigga. But you only that nigga because you obtained that belt. It's the price of doing business. And that's my problem. A lot of people don't understand business. You have to understand that when you're in business and you rise to a certain level, it's a cost of doing business. You may not like to pay it, and that's cool because not
Yeah.
everybody likes to pay the cost of doing business. But if you want to be on a pristine level, if you want to be somewhere that don't nobody know your name, if you want to
Right.
be in certain situations, you have to pay. That's just the way it is. That's America. That's the USA, baby.
That's
If you want
facts,
me to
man.
know you and you want me to tout around, you have to spend that bread. That's
Got
just
to.
what it is. That's just
It's
what it is. If you in private conversations, you gotta slide that letter, that envelope, that napkin. People ain't
I
out here
agree.
talking about I pay this
That's
much
some
money for this.
bullshit though.
That is so
yeah.
tacky.
I'm with you,
That's
Punch. It's some
so
bullshit,
tacky.
but I
It's
Yo,
some
understand it.
bullshit,
It's
but it
Yeah.
is what it is. It
it's
comes with a cost.
Yeah.
it's
Everything comes with a cost.
it's US bullshit. That's what it is, and that's not
But
US hate. But
But let
none
me
of
tell
that,
you something.
none,
All of
none of
y'all
that
go to
stuff.
Connor Ben's fights. All of y'all go to whoever else fights. Y'all paying to get in there. Y'all ain't getting in there for free. Everything comes with a cost. Everything.
Jab
No
coin.
doubt.
It might surprise you if you do or you don't know the difference between the US and where a couple of us live over here in Australia. Believe it or not, the promoter and the managers in Australia and the UK, because of the laws, actually work for the boxer.
like really do.
Yep. They
It's not
only
Well,
like
answer to
that.
the boxer.
everybody is supposed to work for the boxer. It's just the
They don't got a
problem is,
crooked ass Al Heyman.
I don't know what you're talking
Oh,
about, but a lot of people work for their for the boxer. But the problem is these boxers, they're at a certain point in their transition that they don't understand that yet. Like, you work for me, I don't work for you. Like, some of these promoters are very assertive. Yo, you about to fight this person, that person. And if you're just a dumb boxer standing there hitting a heavy bag, working on technique, you don't understand that. No, he works for you, not the other way around. The one thing I will say about certain fights, right? Like Mayweather and Oscar De La Hoya. Mayweather took significantly less money to fight Oscar De La Hoya for the opportunity, right? There wasn't a lot of money on the table with the opportunity to be able to write my own check after I beat him from pillar to post. That comes with it. Ryan did the same thing in the fight with Gervonta. Golden Boy didn't want that fight, but Ryan took them to court. You work for me, not the other way around, because he knew that, because for whatever reason he's savvy. Obviously, he understands his following, whatever the case may be. He understands. No, 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 no. You work for me, and I tell you what to do. But a lot of these fighters, I just go where they tell me. I fight who they tell me to fight until they get that big money fight. Then they start cracking open that bank account. Wait a minute, what's going on right here? What's this about? Who got paid off for this? Because I didn't, and blah blah blah. Then they start that forensic science shit.
yep,
But in the beginning, their goal is that belt, because
yep,
they feel like
yep,
that belt will bring them more opportunities, especially if you're not a dynamic fighter, especially if you're a fighter that don't have a lot of knockouts. All you got is the belts.
yep. I
That's all
agree
you
with you.
got.
Look, I guess if anything, it's got to be repeatable, or they've got to get rid of it. Either never strip people on that bullshit, or
Hmm.
do it to everyone. Be
Hmm.
consistent. That's all I'm asking for, because we know there's plenty of boxers that get a free pass.
Hmm.
Now, I will warn you, Jab Coin, if you don't already know, I'm sure you might, get very comfortable if you're going to talk to Punch about Al Heyman, because you did bring up this Floyd stuff,
Oh,
and
that
I
was gonna
just
be the next topic. Oh, that was coming up. Like you was giving her a heads up about my feelings towards the PVC, huh?
No, I I just ended my live a few hours. He was on my live. I talked about that, so that's probably what he's talking about. But go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was on the. I thought it was kind of hilarious that Floyd Mayweather was suing Al Heyman and Showtime for $500 million after he put him on the map. So who's lying? Who do we think lying in this situation? We think Al really robbed Floyd for $500 million, or we think Floyd is just being greedy? Because we do see Floyd doing a lot of exhibition matches. I actually have one coming up soon. Like, is Floyd doing all the exhibitions because he broke, or are you doing
That
it
was
just
the
because he
question.
missed boxing? That's
That's
my
the
question to
question that
y'all.
I had. That's the question that I had. But I didn't. My question was this, right? Like, so, and specifically, he cited the Conor McGregor fight and the Manny Pacquiao fight. Those were the specifics. So I don't really know how 340 grand or million go missing under your watch, because you tout about being the richest man in boxing, which we all know that's not true, but you tout about it. Maybe the richest black boxer, but at the end of the day, I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I believe that Espinoza or Al Hammond stole money from him. I just don't know if I believe that, because it took you, what, 9, 10 years to figure it out?
Yeah, $500 million is a lot of money, man. It take a minute to track that much down.
yeah, I'm not hearing 500. I'm hearing like 340 or 360. Um,
Exactly.
I
but
read
look,
540,
what 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 are we
so the
safe
numbers is
to?
jumbled. Three hundred
What are we
million dollars is a huge number. Like, that's a
what are
lot
we
of money to track
what are we
down.
what are we safe to assume here, guys? You sign a contract with PBC or Al Heyman.
No, they
Uh, uh,
started PBC together. Like they
Yeah,
started
but
that together. That's not
No,
signing the
no,
contract.
they
That's
did. No, they
did they?
didn't. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. He, Al Hammond signed his brother, and then later down the line they brought Floyd on. Floyd ain't signed. He wasn't shit. Not he wasn't shit, but he was not instrumental in starting that. They transitioned from the music business over to boxing, and that's only because of Al
Hold
Hammond's
up. He
brother.
he definitely promoted the hell out of PBC. You can't say he's not influential while he's out here cooking all the best fighters promoting PBC.
He promoted them, yes, but he didn't start it.
yeah, but
So how
Floyd at the same time
so he's not an owner at all.
had a had a
No,
deal with show.
hell no.
Then how
Hell
they owe him
no.
$300 million?
Floyd Mayweather is not the owner of PBC. Are you crazy? That
Then
nigga
how
don't own
okay,
shit.
then how they owe him $300 million?
They don't. That's what we about to figure out.
See, I reckon
All
they
right, just on the outside chance. What if they do? How
I
did they
reckon
steal that
they
much
could.
money?
If
I
they
reckon they
do,
Seriously, this is
somebody need to go
Floyd
to
Mayweather we're
jail.
talking about. Like the Conor
No,
McGregor fight and the Manny
listen,
Pacquiao fight.
I
Those fights
understand
both
all of that.
generated.
I understand all that,
You
but
know those
understand the
two fights
banner he's
generated
fighting
like
on.
600 million, right? Those two fights generated like a lot
Baby,
of money.
I understand that. But understand the banner that you're fighting on, because you were not only fighting under Mayweather Promotions, you were also fighting under PBC.
Yeah, so like how did the money get cut up that badly from
I
Floyd's
don't
side? Like I'm
Who
trying to see
knows
it from
that?
both sides of the ball, but PBC didn't. A lot of fighters didn't complain about PBC stealing their money, man. That ain't no secret.
What other fighter? What other fighters?
Deontay Wilder,
He never complained about no PBC
Regis
stealing his money.
Prograis. Regis Prograis
boots.
started fighting, they didn't even
What are you
get
talking
paid.
about?
Remember
What
when
are
they
you
remember
Steal
that
talking
those
about?
controversy
boots
where
money.
Regis didn't even get paid for like 3 months after his fight? Remember that?
No, I don't. Because I
Oh,
remember
look it up.
Regis Prograis after he I don't have to look nothing up. I remember Regis Prograis after what fight are you talking about? Anyway, because you talk about
His
Regis
last
Prograis
fight for
complaining about
PBC before he signed with Matchroom. That's what fight I'm talking about.
and who would be the opponent?
Everybody talked about it.
Which opponent are you talking about?
Look him up. Hold up, I'm looking
Now
it up.
you tell me. You sit up here touting it. So who was the opponent?
He's while he's looking that up,
Yeah,
this is what
while
I
he's
got.
looking that up. Go
That's
ahead.
okay.
All right, calm down. You get a little
This
hyped up. Relax. We're just having a conversation.
this is how we go. So, to the best of my understanding, let's not make accusations or any of that sort of stuff. To the best of my understanding, when you sign Al Heyman as your advisor, not your manager, not your promoter, but your advisor, basically that's a contract that is perpetuity for life, right? That's fairly well known. The second part that is reasonably well known, and I don't want to make accusations, is that you never get your total payment from Al Heyman the day after or
Where
the
you
His
week
getting
name
this
was
after.
Gorilla.
information?
The
Where are
Zorilla
you
fight.
getting this information? Where are you
The
getting this
Gorilla fight.
information? Where are you
It
getting
was
this
the Zorilla
information?
fight.
I'm not talking to you. Where are you getting this information that he doesn't pay his fighters? Where you getting that from, DJ?
I beg your pardon?
Talk to that. Talk to that. Not talk to that. You on my show. I'm gonna fuck if you mad because you disagree with my opinion.
Hey, don't do that. She was just enjoying the debate.
Nah, nigga. You're on punch talk. This ain't heavy bag boxing, nigga.
Oh,
Like
that's harsh. That was
so.
harsh. I got to be honest with you. That one was unwarranted, Punch. We've had hotter conversations than
Because
that
we
before.
spread misinformation.
We were just talking through it.
That's rough. How we spread misinformation because you disagree? Like, come on, man. Ain't nobody gonna come over and take over my show. I'm not having none of that. You got your own show. Go talk shit on your show.
Okay, look, Heavy can deal with that. What I was going to say, Punch, is that from what we've been told and discussed for many years amongst, let's call it some insiders, right, that it might not be money stolen, it might be money owing, if you get what I'm
That's
picking
all
up
I
what
was
I'm
saying. They
putting down.
got a history of doing dirty shit. Crashed out. They about 4 PPC got a history of doing dirty shit. I'm not making shit up to make the promotion look bad. Like, this is the history of the shit they've done. That's all I was saying. Like, Al Heyman got a history of doing dirty shit. I mean, it's not a secret.
But to be fair also, I mean, how many people have tried to take PBC or Al Heyman to court
I
and
mean, a
lost?
lot of promoters then did dirty shit, but he's not squeaky clean either. I'm
Yeah,
just
but
saying, what if they stole $300 million? It's not like it's out of the realm of possibility, man.
I'm just saying though that at some stage, if someone's dirty, there's overwhelming evidence and they get dragged to court and they're found guilty. That just hasn't happened to Al.
Hell no,
So
because remember, Al's not really the CEO. He's just the advisor.
yeah,
His
but
hands don't touch shit. He's a really, really smart guy.
yeah,
Oh,
but
super
at some
smart. I give him that. Oh, super smart. Very, very smart man. He
yeah,
knows. Like, you know what I mean? So
I'm
like
just
the
saying.
CEO, the CEO would take the flak. What's his name? Tom something.
No, that's Tom Brown Promotions.
Yeah, he would take the goddamn hit if something crazy happened with PBC because he's the face of it.
Yeah,
Al Heyman is that creepy motherfucker in the background, like tapping his fingers together. That's him.
but PBC is just a shell company. We know this, right? So anyway, look, I'm just saying that there's only so many times you can accuse someone of being dirty if they're never found guilty. If that makes sense. Now I'm not here to throw any slander at Al or make any accusations. I'm just saying that either you're the best thief in the world and you've never been caught and you never will be caught, or you're just not a thief at all. Get what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
And look, it's hard to take anything seriously when Floyd's in the mix. I mean, think about all the garbage about Dubai, all the stuff that used to come up every time Tank was going to have a fight. There was an argument with this. There's a contract dispute with that. So Floyd's forever been in the news at some stage about some sort of financial issue or problem. He owes people money or people owe him money, all that 50 cent back and forth.
Yeah, I remember that. I ain't say like I said. Floyd do got a long history of money issues, so he could be lying too. Like we'll see what the shit. It was just a topic I brought up, bro. Like one side's known for doing crazy shit. One dude spending way too much money and keep fighting exhibition fights. Like that was the point of the question. Like it just blew up into something else. Like you know what I mean? She's clearly a PPC person. Like you know because she crashed out too hard. But like, bro, I kicked her off, so I ain't crashed back out. Like she was getting super, super agitated for nothing.
Man,
Sorry, man. I don't know how to deal with that type of shit, bro. I'm trying to be professional. You know how I get these days. That was really good of me. Like, bro, come on, man.
Man, you don't got to.
I am.
Hey, you don't got to convince me. I'm not the judge or the jury on this.
It took everything in my power, I guess, so I had to do that. Like before I said something stupid. Y'all, everybody who knows Punch Talk knows that. She won't come back probably after that, but now she knows. I'm not one of them type of dudes who can come up and crash out of one.
Remember our mantra over here. You're allowed to get passionate. You just can't get disrespectful. Are you going to take any notice of this this fight, which will be your Saturday, Mark and I's Sunday? Old mate, Figueroa and Nick Ball.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check that fight out. I'm gonna check out Ryan Garcia's upcoming fight because that card is nice, and I'm gonna check out Fundora and Thurman. That just got announced.
Well, my news is that Maul Charlo and Caleb Plant are going to be the co-main on that card, right? And I want to point it out so it's not forgotten. If anyone really believes that Fundora was injured under the PBC medical plan, they just need a quick slap up the side of the head. Fundora and Thurman actually sold something like 1,500 seats with like 3 days to go until the fight. So they canned it. And you know where I got that. Them to try and run it back, knowing that it wasn't popular with the fans, they had to put something else in there, right?
Yeah, have to.
So the Caleb Plant Morcholo is a little bit overdue, but I'm still happy to see it.
Oh yeah. Oh no, that's not overdue. That's not overdue, D.
That's the slap.
The timing is perfect. Like
that's the man got slapped.
One's coming off of a dominating win. It's going to be amazing to see what Jamal Charlo do to Caleb Plant. No, that's not bad timing. That's cool. That's great timing, man. I'm about to see another bum get exposed for what he is. You can't be slapping people, man. Like you gotta know you're gonna get a serious ass whooping when you slap somebody, bro. Like there's consequences to slapping motherfuckers, bro.
I reckon
Like
there'll be
not
more.
like they're like, oh no, you think Caleb Plant gonna win that DJ?
No,
Hell no, he gonna get punished.
no. Look, if Maul Charlo's even at 80%, he should take care of Caleb Plant pretty easy, in my opinion, with his skills. So if Caleb Plant gets it over Maul, either Maul's just not prepared or he's lost his mojo, because
He shouldn't have lost to Resendez, bro. No way. Like, there's no way you should have lost to that dude. So it's like, bro, you want to get in the ring with Jamal Charlo? I don't think you want to do that. He gonna beat your ass. You slapped him. He gonna punish you, bro. That's why I can't. I've been waiting for. I would listen. It would have never been like too long for me, bro. Because when shit like that happen, oh, you already know when they really meet. If they ever meet in the ring, it's gonna get ugly for the person who did something like that. Slapping a man is just as bad as spitting on him, man. He gonna punish Caleb, and I'm here for it all. So that had to be the undercard. That's perfect. That's gonna make everybody buy the card. Like,
well, that's my news. At this stage, it's just rumor and gossip because I haven't seen it confirmed anywhere. I've just heard it through a source of a source of a source. So it might happen, it might not.
Bro, and I'm gonna throw another little loophole in. You seen Jamal Charlo, Jamel look boots in his face and tell him he's trash. Like, what's up? So what if they somehow make that fight happen on that card? Yeah. Bring it on. I want to see him get exposed too. See the Charlo twins on the same card. It'd be cool to see that. Been a long time.
Well, depending on what source you're listening to, I'm hearing recently that Mel didn't want to go straight into a title fight. He wanted to tune up. And that's okay. You've been 3 years out of the ring at 54, right? That makes sense. Like, that's sensible. But you have a tune up. You've lost your WBA champion in recess ace card to go and demand a title shot. So if Mel wants to come back and do it the hard way, one by one, all over again, well, I'm here for it, particularly if you're still good enough.
Facts.
Because really, no one beat him. No one beat him at 54. Well, actually, no.
No. What's the name, BD?
Well, that runs true for 54, right? Like, there's probably only 2 boxers in history that have got out of 54 without an L.
Yeah, it's hard to get out that division. That's what see Bud went up there one time, whooped some ass, and got the fuck out of there. Like, yeah, there's too many hard hitting. These motherfuckers punch too hard. That's why I can't wait to see what happened to Boots. It's gonna be fun. Ain't gonna last long.
Yeah, Boots is interesting.
And Thurman gonna beat Fundora. Watch. Everybody think Fundora just gonna run Thurman right over. I don't know why people think that, man. Like, Thurman's a super good boxer, man.
Was.
So I don't think Fundora gonna be able to catch him. Like, I think he's gonna bust Fundora's head off, man. Like, I don't see no flaws in this game, man.
Right,
I don't think you think Thurman gonna stand there and just slug with him like you know who did? I'm tired of taking shots at him. I ain't gonna say his name, but he's just gonna stand there,
right,
and just slug. No, hell no. We're gonna see if Fundora can box this time. That's what I've been waiting to see. Somebody to see to make Fundora box for real, instead of sitting there trying to slug with this big dude, bro. Oh, that's stupid. I never understood that. Like, that's always a bad game plan, but everybody fight him seem to try to fight him like that. Like, no, box him. Like, don't try to slug with this monster. Like, you got to box him because he's huge. So make him lean down and jab his face off. Not hard.
Yeah, we'll see. Look, we're probably going to have to agree to disagree on this one. Look, I'm probably going to favour Fundora. It's not.
Everybody is. Yeah, everybody is.
Well, I'm not sure everybody
gonna be the underdog in this fight. You know what I mean? I don't really see many people going for Thurman for real. But I'm gonna stick with my guns. I was going for Thurman when they earlier was going to fight. You know,
wouldn't be the first time you've made us eat crow punch. So,
like, skills pay the bills, Deej, and I think Thurman got a lot of them. But he's better. He's more skills than Fundora. You can't convince me Fundora is more skills than Thurman. No. I don't see that. Fundora powerful. You know what I mean? He's unfair, but nah. And if he do somehow by some miracle beat Thurman, Like he ain't getting past somebody like Virgil or somebody. Virgil's gonna put Pandora right down. So he
Yeah,
ain't good.
Virgil, for me anyway, is still a little bit unproven. Like I've seen him
Because
touch the
nobody want to fight
canvas.
him, dude.
Oh,
How
come
can
on.
you prove
Like,
yourself if nobody want to get in the goddamn ring with you?
listen,
For real,
listen,
man.
everyone will get in the ring with you if you're prepared to actually make the deal fair. And
It's just
that's
Virgil don't got that humongous Canelo fan base. If he had that, everybody want to fight him. But nobody want to fight his ass because it's like all risk and no reward. Nobody want to get in the ring and get knocked the fuck out for nothing. Like that's why. Well, like that, you ain't gonna get Canelo money. Like people will get in there and get risk get knocked out by Canelo because you're gonna make $10 million. Like you ain't making $10 to fight Virgil Ortiz. Boots might because everybody want that fight. But like other than that, anybody else like nah. So like I get it. More fucking politics, dude.
there's really not much. Well, depending on how hardcore you are, there's really not a lot going on until February 21, the Barrios and Ryan Garcia card. You got Clarissa
Yeah, that's gonna be a
Shields.
good card. Clarissa Shields is
Clarissa
coming up too,
Shields.
yo, but I already watched.
Yeah.
I already seen this fight, so like, why watch it again?
Well, I don't even understand why she would want to go back and just have it over again. Like,
If there ain't nobody to fight up there heavyweight like at all. That's why nobody. Only fight she got is this fight or Shadeja Green, and Shadeja Green turned her down. So like this one, that's it. The last girl she fought had like what 4 fights when the chick before her. Like there ain't nobody up there. That's what it be like in girls boxing, bro. The heavyweight chicks, there don't be a lot of them. Like down in the lower weight classes, there's all type of competition, but she ain't going down to 47 or nowhere like that, bro. Like, ain't nothing at 54 either, or 60 or 68. Like, I looked at the divisions, like everybody down there, she didn't already beat or they ducked the shit out of her. Like, you know what I mean? So she ain't one of them type of situations where no
you
opponent, so you gotta fight the same person.
you got someone backstage, Punch.
Oh yeah, let's see who it is. I don't know who that is.
D Calico.
Hold on. What's going on, brother? Welcome to the show.
What's good? What's good?
Chilling.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie. You had me backstage about 30 minutes.
My bad, brother. I just seen you down there and shit.
Nah, it's all good. I've been watching the whole time. You already know. It's all good.
Anything you want to talk about?
I mean, whatever subject y'all want to take it to.
So yeah, we was talking about that the fact that Clarissa Shields got to fight the same opponent because she can't find one.
Well, I don't like her ducking Shadeja Green. Me
You
personally.
think she ducking her or Shadeja? I don't know what's going on with that situation, man. Like at some point you see it look like the Shadeja ducking, other points it look like Clarissa ducking. What the fuck is going on with that situation, man? Because from what I hear, the last contract offer, Shadeja turned it down. That's just speculation I read online, though.
Shadeja is a beast.
I
Like,
agree.
you know what I'm saying? Like a real knockout artist for a female too. You know what I'm saying? So I know it's dangerous, and I know she trying to fight everybody but her. She want to go. She want to go on a tour fighting everybody except for Shadeja. I ain't lying. She calling out everybody. Ain't nobody called her out. As soon as somebody do what she say, oh, we can get it. But when Shadeja call out, it's not the same. She don't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I noticed that. I have noticed
like
this.
yeah, she even did that about friend Sean. She's like, oh, that's my friend. But if she want it, she can get it. You know what I'm saying? If she thinks she the best, she can get it. Well, Shadeja think all of that. You know what I mean? And nobody ain't nobody gonna stop. You know what I'm saying?
I think possibly after this fight, because they were talking shit to each other at the awards. They both at the award show and shit that just recently passed the little Ring magazine shit. And I think possibly after this Franchon Cruz fight, I think we're gonna see her and Shadeja in the ring, man. Because we all saying the same thing, like, bro, you didn't you beating you talking shit to everybody except Shadeja Green. Now you did talk you a little bit of shit online. Forget that. I'm talking about when it come down to fighting her, man. What's up?
That's just like Alicia Bumgardner. She don't want no smoke with Caroline Dubois.
I like that fight. I think Caroline might be a little green to get in there and release her right now. I think she need a couple more fights, but I think 3 fights from now she'll be ready. I think if she get in there right now, you just rushing yourself to the top, you might get a little more than you bargained for. You know what I mean? When you but
Like
maybe
the old Alicia, I would agree, but it seemed like lately she fight like she Money Mayweather, but she used to fight like pretty. You know what I'm saying? Like pretty girl
she ain't
Alicia.
fought nobody like she fought Michaela Mayer. I agree.
Yeah, man, she done slacked off a lot on her effort. You know, like even her
Probably
last fight.
because of the people they've been putting in front of her. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe that would be a nice step up for her to wake her ass back up again. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if Caroline want to wake up that monster, be the one to do it. Like let her keep on getting comfortable the way she's been fighting, and let Caroline keep running through a couple more opponents, then she's gonna be ready for her. That's why I said don't rush her right now because she might wake that up. Possibly, like Caroline might cook her. I don't know. Like, but I think right now, judging by their last 2 performances, Caroline's competition been easy. Like so Alicia would be a massive step up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, bro? Like
she got the pedigree too. You know, so,
she do. You know what I mean?
Like
But
you know, I feel like somebody got to be the
soon.
next Clarissa.
That's true.
And
me
Clarissa
personally, ain't moving down. Like she ain't going down nowhere. She ain't going down to fight like Michaela Mailer or somebody. So we ain't gonna ever see Clarissa fight another top name. Unless it's like Savannah Marshall or somebody again. Shadeja Green, I think she's gonna be within the next 2 opponents for Clarissa Shields. Got to be. Who else is there? There's nobody else. Literally.
For one,
like she gonna have to make money somehow.
Like just the Savannah Marshall win alone, like should warrant a fight. You know, because you ask me, she beat Shadeja. I mean, Shadeja beat Savannah a little more convincingly. You feel me? Because it wasn't just a skill thing; it was some power involved. You feel me? She tamed that big beast, Savannah Marshall.
Yeah.
You know,
I think so too. I think she beat her more clearly than Clarissa. But I don't know. Clarissa started fast in that fight. She almost knocked Savannah out in the first round. Then she kind of slowed down. But Shadeja picked her apart.
Yeah, like she
It'd be a good fight. I don't know. I ain't gonna. If they was the fight, bro, I don't know who I would choose. I'm gonna be completely honest. But like, I don't know. That's you match up their skills. Clarissa might be too fast for Shadeja. You think so?
Definitely. As far as skills go, she got all of the skills. It's not a skill that Clarissa doesn't possess or is not the best at. You feel me? Especially in this matchup. But that power, that's not a skill. That's God given. You feel me? And Shadeja got that God given.
Yeah, that's fact. But we'll see. We'll see, bro.
Yeah, we definitely.
If Shadeja get in a situation where she got to chase Clarissa Shields around all day, she gonna lose. But if she can corner her, yeah.
Put it like this: I was hoping Heavy Bag was up here because I know he a big Keyshawn Davis fan. But I got a question, right? Like, when is Keyshawn gonna fight somebody he got smoked with? Because we know he got smoked with Andy Cruz. We know he got smoked with dang, it was somebody else. Hold on, it's 2 more people. Oh, Frank Martin. He got
and your boy Hitchens.
Well, Hitchens and all that's lightweight. It's another person he got. Oh yeah, Nahir Albright. You feel me?
They already rumbled once already.
I know, but they jumped him after he beat the brother up and all of that.
Yeah, that was weird as hell, bro.
Them dudes supposed to get it on. You feel me? And him and Andy Cruz supposed to get it on. Him and Frank Martin are supposed to get it on. And
whatever happened with them bangs, yo? That's a
the
good
people
ass
he got
question.
real issues with. He don't never fight the people that we all know he got issues with.
Them will all be good ass fights too, bro. I don't think we'll ever get him and Andy Cruz. Andy Cruz too small. Like Keyshawn's steadily going up. Andy Cruz like he about to go down, like down to 30.
I'm saying,
Martin, he there. That's true.
But I'm pretty sure he can't stop Cruz.
I don't know, bro. That would be a good ass fight, man. But I don't think like the way Cruz fight. I don't think nobody gonna be able to really, you know what I mean? Stop him. He move around a lot.
Yeah. He's skilled. If he had power, he'll probably beat everybody.
Like I ain't gonna cap. I thought he won that fight, that championship fight. You know what I mean?
I did too.
Like a lot of niggas were like, a lot of niggas thought Muratalla won that. I ain't think so.
That's how they do all the Cuban fighters, though.
Yeah, they don't like that style.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah, they don't like that style, bro. They did that nigga rigging down all doing that type of style. They don't like that shit. That Ortiz, like you see what's happening with Jermaine Ortiz, and like just recently with Keyshawn, that style there, that don't win fights. That jumping around shit, that man jump off shit, that shit don't win fights.
Do you think fighting Jermaine Ortiz would prepare him for a Devin Haney?
The footwork there, definitely.
But that's what he struggled with the most.
Exactly. Gave him a good look at what that's like, nigga. So you know what you need to work on. So he did a good job of cutting out the ring afterwards. Once he started figuring that shit out, he figured that shit out.
But the thing about working on it is you're gonna be working on it going against somebody who's the best at it. Like Jermaine is like a great value version. You know what I mean? Like a Temu version.
Yeah, that's why it was interesting to see once Jermaine started bouncing around how it confused him. Like, oh shit. Like, you know what I mean? That's why the first thing that popped in my mind, just like you said, when they called out Devin Haney, like, bro, you know Devin Haney got footwork like that even better, right?
Yep, for real.
Like Brian Norman Jr. just found that shit out the hard way.
And got more power than him, bro. And he got more power than him.
I don't know like, if he got more power than him.
Oh, definitely.
Like, that would be a good fight, though.
That's like saying Jermaine Ortiz could have dropped Brian Norman Jr.
Right.
You know, if he could drop Brian Norman Jr., he could have dropped Keyshawn.
Yeah. It's a jaw thing. I don't know. When you test a nigga's jaw, I seen Keyshawn's jaw get tested like that before. He ain't go down. So like I don't know. Like I don't know if it's because of 147 weight class shit. You know, nigga do hit harder the more you move up. So like I don't know. Like Devin look like he was the healthiest he ever been fighting ever. Mm-hmm. He looks strong. Like so, like we'll see. I gotta see more up to that 47. But I like what I see. I ain't gonna sit here and cap.
Based on his competition, he's been more than good enough for everybody he's got in the ring with. But he still
he got a really good IQ. I'm starting to realize that about Devin. It's not really Devin got really good boxing skill, but his IQ is crazy. That's what made the Ryan Garcia shit look so wild. Like, bro, why'd you fight him like that? And if they was to have a rematch, I'd pick Devin. He damn sure wouldn't fight him like that again.
Yeah, he definitely wouldn't step to him like that. Well,
bro, why would you fight him like that? Like, it was one of them type of situations. Like that was a horrible game plan, dog.
Yeah. I'm talking about down to the shoes, man. You feel me?
Like so, like he looked like he learned from that. So we'll see where he go. You know what I mean? But yeah, bro, I'm about to shut it down. I usually run it for like an hour and a half.
That's for sure. I've been checking you out, man. I appreciate you.
But yeah, my nigga, man, like I said, man, this is my first show on Heavy's little Heavy channel and shit, my nigga. So come back through, bro.
That's for sure.
We'll talk more, man. I'm gonna stream again on Saturday and Sunday, man. I'll see you there.
All right, bet.
All right, brother. Have a good night. All right, man. So shout out to the guys, man. You know what I mean? DJ, Mark Wynn, Heavy, D Calico in the building. Jab Queen. My bad, man. Listen, man, that's how I handle conflict, man. I don't want to argue. I'll just kick you off. But no disrespect. I got love for you. And all the guys, man. GMT Sports, 913, Chappelle Hannon. Shout out to all the guys, man. Y'all have a good night. I'm Punch. Peace.